and we're going to get started. So block, chair, sit. Happy to have you here today. This is the next to last day. We have one more Wednesday, which will be next week. And it's been such a pleasure to share this time with all of you. A reminder that beginning in April, a few things change. At Mount Scott, the chair class moves to Tuesday in April. And on Monday, beginning the 4th of April, I will be teaching at Juanita Pulse Center, and that is a class where you call Juanita Pulse, sign up for it. It's at 10 o'clock. We're going to have lots of fun getting back together. So here we are, we're sitting in our chair. We're a little bit forward on the seat of the chair. And yes, everything stays the same at King City, just so you know. We find our breath. And now let's explore the breath a wee bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for a 4 count, pause, and then exhale for a 7 count, then pause. So the exhale is going to be intentionally longer than the inhale. You control your own count. It's not about making ourselves breathless. It's about expelling some of the old air out of the lungs, but it also helps the nervous system to stand down. So we begin with that 4 count in and a pause. And then a 7 count out when we're ready and pause at the bottom and repeat. And the next time you're coming to the bottom of that cycle of breath, return to your natural or signature breath. What is natural for you here? So the breathing patterns that we incorporate into yoga are a type of meditation, as well as a physical support for the nervous system, a physical support for the body. It's also helping us engage a sense of deeper calm within us so that we might be able to recognize what some call the still small voice that exists within us, that offers us the opportunity to know where to go, who to talk to, and what to say as we begin to reemerge in this world, being able to come from that place of deeply felt presence activates us in a way where we can serve the world from a place of calm, centered peace. And doesn't the world need a little bit more of that right now? My answer to that question is yes. And we become the emissaries that offer that deep sense of connected peace to each other and thereby affecting the world and the communities in which you live. Let's do a little movement now. So we're going to bring our hands to heart center, connect with the breath, and then interlace the fingers and press into the upper back. We're rounding that upper back. We're breathing here. The chin has come to the heart. We're breathing. We're breathing. And then we're going to float the hands back, press them against the wall behind. Pretend we're doing that. We're rocking forward on the sits bones. We're drawing the shoulder blades together. The heart is lifting and the low back is arching. We're breathing here. If we were on the floor, we'd kind of be doing bridge with this action. We're going to come forward again, bringing the hands to heart center, interlacing the fingers. On the exhale, we press away, creating that rounded upper back. So now we've rolled onto the back edge of the sits bones. We're breathing here. And then on the next inhale, we're going to rise, release the hands and find our breath as we press the wall away and draw the shoulder blades toward each other. And one more breath here. And now let's take our hands behind our back. So we're sitting a little forward on the chair, interlace the fingers, draw the hands a little bit away from the sit bones as we tip to the left and look to the right. Press into the left foot here. One more breath. And we come back to center. The hands stay where they are. Now we're going to tip to the right, press in to the right foot as we look to the left. We're having a little twist here. Keep the heart lifted. And then we're going to come back to center, scoot the hands out to cup the knees. Create that nice rounding in the upper back. Slide the hands up on an inhale, press into the top of the thighs as we create a cat arch. Let's take a twist to the right, lift the heart, activate the left foot. Come back to center on the inhale. Twist to the left, activate the right foot. Come back to center. Pause here. And if you're watching me, you might notice there's lots of birds flying past windows. Every once in a while I catch them. Lots of nesters in the yard today. So we're forward on the chair. We're going to come to stand. This time we're going to walk our feet back so that we're on the ball mounds of the feet. We're going to let go of the hands. We're going to drop the heels to rock forward. Keep the head looking down at the floor all the way up until the spine unrolls and we come to standing. We're in mountain and we're going to feel the strength in our legs by pressing into all four corners, or maybe it's a tripod, the inner edges, the outer edges of the front of the foot and the heel. See if we can find each of those spots in the feet and watch how pressing into the feet enlivens the legs and draws the kneecaps up into the thighs. Feel how that lifts the heart. Then bringing the hands to heart center, we're going to pretend like we're sitting down in the chair. Here's what we're going to do first. We're going to grab that block. We're going to slide it right above the knees. So it's between the thighs. Now we're going to bring the hands to heart center. So notice how this stabilizes the knees. They're not going anywhere. So we're squeezing the block as we pretend like we're going to sit down in the chair. And then we come back up. Feel the feet active on the floor as we scoot our bum back, but keep our heart lifted. Press the floor away to rise. We'll do that one more time. This time when we rise up, we're going to move the block. We're going to do that 3 more times, and we're going to see if we can have that same action. So the inner thighs are really activated here as we keep our knees stabilized. We're going to press into our feet, and we're going to sit back, find a chair, press into the floor to come up. We do it again. We rise up, and one more time. We come to standing, we release the hands, let's shake it all out. Pause in mountain. We're going to take our chair and we're going to face the seat of the chair. I'm doing this sideways for visuals. You can have your chair right in front of you if you want. We're facing the seat of the chair. We're going to do some sunbirds. So bend the knees to bring the hands to the chair. And then we're going to extend first the left leg, straighten the right, and then extend the right hand. So the extended arm can rest on the back of the chair. If it's easier with bent knees, do bent knees. If lengthening the leg feels okay, then we're going to bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Release the left foot, bend the knees, bring the hands to the seat of the chair. Pretend like we're sitting back in the chair a little bit to fold the heart toward the lap, the chin toward the seat of the chair. Breathing in, we're coming back up. We're going to switch sides now. So decide, we're going to lift the right foot and extend at hip height, or lower if that's what feels good. And if bent knees feels better, do that. Extend the opposite arm if that feels good. And once we find a sense of stability here, we're going to bend and lengthen. Bend and lengthen. Bend and lengthen. Release, hand to chair, foot to floor. Bend the knees, folding the torso toward the top of the thighs. Bringing the hand toward the seat of the chair, maybe stacking fists to rest the head on the chair. The head can come to the seat or be stack fist. We're going to press into the seat now as we come to standing. And we're going to do some high lunges, happy hips. So stepping forward with the right foot, we're bringing it, basically the toenails are under the edge of the chair. We're going to fold to the seat of the chair, and we're going to extend that left leg back far enough that the heel comes off of the floor. And maybe holding on here. So you'll notice that the front knee and the ankle are perpendicular. We're imagining the back of the knee being drawn toward the ceiling. And maybe we settle a little bit forward to really see if we can find that hip flexor and get a stretch here. Keep the heart lifted. If we hinge forward, we lose a lot of the strength building aspect of this posture. If it's okay, maybe the right hand comes up if that feels okay. Or maybe it comes to the back of the chair. Or maybe it stays on the seat of the chair. We're going to bend the back knee, straighten, bend the back knee. So the front knee is going to move a little bit, but we're really focusing on bending the back and straightening, bending the back and straightening. One more time. Oh, crikey. We're going to step back into a chair dog now. So push off with the front foot. Find where your feet want to stand. We're going to bend the knees and stay on the tiptoes. Press into the tiptoes, the ball mound of the foot. Come up and down, up and down. One more time. And then we're going to allow the feet to settle toward the mat. And you can step forward as needed. Press the sits bones away from the head. Let the head come between the upper arms. Feel that space between the shoulder blades really work here. One more breath. Bend both knees, step up with the left foot now. We're going to wiggle that back leg back so the heel's off of the floor. We're coming to the top of a lunge here. Maybe the left arm comes up. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe we just want to hold on to the chair. We're imagining the back of the right knee is being drawn toward the ceiling. And maybe we settle just a little deeper into the pelvis to really give that hip flexor a how do you do today. Then we're going to bend the back leg and straighten. Bend. How's your breath? Are you breathing? Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. We're going to come into our chair dog again. So move the feet to a point that feels, well, I could do a down dog here. My chair is slipping. We're gonna bend the knees. We're on the ball mounds of the feet, and then we straighten the legs. Bend the knees, straighten the legs, bend the knees, straighten the legs, and this time we're gonna sink the heels toward the floor. We're gonna press the sit bones away from the head. We're going to feel a nice stretch all the way down the back of the legs. So walk your feet as close to the chair as you need to in order to have the legs straight in a manner that is doable for your body today. Let the head relax down. Feel the space between the shoulder blades begin to soften and strengthen. And then to come out of this, I'm going to push off of the chair, rock back into my feet and bend the knees. Float the arms up shoulder height or place them on the hips. We're going to rise up, press the floor away. We're coming up through Utkatasana, chair pose. Well, I'm warmed up. I bet you are too. So we're going to do a few more chair poses. We're going to do it a little differently than we usually do it, than we have done in the past. We're going to do it with our arms open. If this is too much work for your body, hands can rest on the waist. So we bring our feet parallel under the hip joint. Now remember, we're going to keep our legs strong here. So if bringing the block to play is going to help remind us how to keep the legs strong, then do the block. We're going to sit our hips back, bend the knees, squeeze the block, arms come shoulder height or to the waist. Draw the shoulder blades together here and breathe. Then the hands are going to come to the heart. We're going to press the floor away to rise up. If you'd like, we can remove the block. We're going to do that again. Let's start with hands at heart center. Find stability in the feet. Then sit back like we're sitting in a chair and open those arms. The wingspan, the fingers are alive. The shoulder blades draw together. The heart is lifted. And then we press the floor away and we come back to Heartful Mountain. Pause here. Breathe here. We're going to do that one more time. So we breathe in, and on the exhale, we sink back and we fly. Draw the shoulder blades together. Feel the strength in the feet. The torso's up a little bit. If we lean forward like that, we lose the strength, leaning capacity in our legs. So we're breathing here. And notice that when we breathe in, we can pulse a little bit. Going up. Eyes on fire. Press the floor away to rise. Hands come to heart center. We're going to use a chair again. We're coming to a supported prasarita. We're going to take our feet wide. The block can come handy here, seated on the chair. We're going to hinge forward. So this is like a wide-legged down dog, more or less. It's a relaxing posture. We're bringing the forehead to rest on the block, on a fist, or on the seat of the chair. We press the sits bones away. Let the arms relax. Really allow ourselves to soften in this posture. Couple more breaths. And then to come out of this, we come onto our forearms. Then we slide the hands to the edge of the chair, and then the arms come straight. Pause here. Then slowly toe, heel the feet back to sits bone width distance. We sit back like we're sitting in a chair. We let our arms fly wide. We breathe here, drawing the shoulder blades together. And then we press the floor away to rise. Hands float to heart center. And perhaps if it feels safe and comfortable, we can close our eyes or soft focus and feel the strength that has been activated in our legs. And as we let go of that, we come back to our chair for a couple minutes of Shavasana. Our thought today is from the Buddha. Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. Oh, here we are. We deepen the breath. My wrists want a little bit of attention today, so I'm going to give it to them. Maybe you'd like to circle your wrists. And then we gather all the blessings. They already exist in appreciation and gratitude. We draw them into our hearts. And together we all say, Namaste.